lot going on this past week. I'd like to put it all in one long video, but that's not going to work, so I might tell you about it a little at a time. Right now we're going to the courthouse, to the tag department, because when you have this kind of cancer, they let you have a handicap tag, which is going to be very handy because I just don't have the energy. I have a fraction of the energy or strength that I had even a month ago. And so walking any kind of distance is hard. So that's something to think about. If you haven't done that yet, you might talk to your doctor about getting your handicap tag. When we're done with that, then we're going to our oncologist group, which is University Cancer and Blood Center. We have some education classes we have to take before my chemo can begin. We have to have a chemo education class, and there is financial counseling, and there's a doctor we have to meet with who is going to talk to us about pain management, and I think we get our THC card today, so we can use that. We're going to learn all about how that works and the benefits of it. So we might tell you more about that later. And let's see. Seems like there's some other stuff we got to do today too. I have my port in finally. I got that yesterday. Chemo was supposed to start today, but we can't start the chemo until we've had these classes, and we just could not get them all in. There's just no way to get everything done. So chemo will start next Tuesday, and there'll be plenty more to talk about between now and then. I just spent another 5 days in the hospital. Is that right, babe?
Yes.
About 5 days in the hospital. We were told to expect lots of hospital stays, and so far they haven't disappointed in that area. And apparently now we have our own case manager with the insurance company. I hear case manager, and I hear one person dedicated to figure out how to not pay for stuff that I need. We will figure that out as we go along. Anyway, that's all for right now. We'll see you in a minute. Well, we are done at the cancer center for the day. We had our appointment with the, I guess you call it pain management or whatever, and they're putting on a fentanyl patch. I thought that was kind of interesting, and the way that's going to work is they start you off very, very low, and when you think about fentanyl, we know there's this crisis in our country with illegal fentanyl coming across the border and all that. And just to show you how, or explain to you how powerful this stuff is, the patches that I'm getting to start off with are the lowest dose. It's a patch I'll wear for 3 days at a time, and it's used in conjunction with the oxycodone I'm already on. But it's a 12 microgram patch. I mean, you can't see 12 micrograms. You can't even begin to see 12 micrograms. That's how tiny it is. I forget, is it 1,000th of a milligram or something? It's really, really small. So we've got the prescriptions for the new pain stuff and some anti-nausea medicine and whatnot. They also are putting us in for our THC card for medical marijuana, but what we're getting is not marijuana. It's just the refined THC in a medical form. And when we actually get the card, and if we get any of that, then we'll tell you about it at that time. So we went there. We had our counseling and our education on the chemo we're going to be on, and we're going to have a 5FU unit. I thought that was interesting. It's almost like you're saying something ugly to cancer 5 times. but it's a unit that I will wear. I'll have a strap, I'll put it around me, that I'll have for 46 hours at a time. So I'll actually go in on Tuesdays and I'll spend 7 hours at the cancer center with getting an infusion. Then I will go home with this unit hooked up into my port. When this heals up enough to show you the port, I'll show it to you. Hooked into the port, and so I will receive an additional infusion for 46 additional hours. Then we go back on Thursday, they'll take it loose, and then 2 weeks later on that Tuesday I'll go back in for the next treatment. And since what I have is pancreatic cancer, the treatments are scheduled to continue indefinitely. Now, I know there are a lot of alternative treatments, and people are probably wondering, well, what about the ivermectin and the fenbendazole and all this other stuff? The reason I am not a good candidate for any of that right now is because of all the damage to my liver. I have a lot of damage to my liver from the cancer, and those things are very hard on the liver. And so right now we're trying to shrink the tumors, get me to a point where we can do things like put in the stent instead of having this biliary drain, and shrink the tumors and stuff in my liver. Maybe we're hopeful that it will recover enough so that I, regain some normal liver function, or more normal than it is now. So one more thing we're doing today, and that is the people at the hospital where I spent 5 days in the oncology unit were so awesome. All the nurses there and all of the patient care techs and everybody was so awesome. We've actually made them some cookies, and we're going to take them up there just to tell them how much we appreciate everything that they do, that they did for me. We're trying to do something nice for them in return. Well, that was fun, taking the cookies to the nurses at the hospital. They seemed to enjoy them. Some of the doctors also came by, and it was really cool that the nurses who worked with us, and even some of those who did not assist me directly, but they were just around, recognized me when I came back, as well as a couple of the doctors. And they all had the same question: why are you here? No, you got to go home. Why are you back? And so when I explained to them that we wanted to show our appreciation and that we were bringing them some delicious cookies, they were kind of excited. Overall, it was a pretty good day. Long day. Very, very tired now. Gonna get some rest, and we'll see what tomorrow brings.